Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Rangers Radio Summer Version with a young team. Joining myself, Mike Vernon Loyal, on the panel tonight is Big Ulster, and to get a wee bit of experience is our Bridgeman. How's it going, guys?
Oh, brilliant. Can I just say this? It's great to work with these youngsters. It's really good. Can I just say this? To all the Rangers fans all over the world, and particularly Rangers fans on here on Rangers Radio, everybody, good evening and welcome to Rangers Radio.
We thought we'd give the old timers a wee rest, Ulster. What did you think, mate?
Oh, aye, the old Bears they're having a wee rest. They're hibernating while the season's over. You can't blame them. It's been a tough season. Foxy and Ox putting a lot of work in, so we'll take a wee bit of the brunt from.
That's it, mate. That's it. So how you been, Viz, man? It's been long. It feels like a long time since the show's been on. How you been? You all right, mate?
I've been okay, but my God, you're right. It feels as if it's been forever. And it's only been a week or two, if you follow what I mean, you know. But really and truly, and all the nonsense that's going on. Nonsense. Listen to me. All the celebrations going on the other side of the city is just driving me crazy as well, you know. So I'm pleased we're back on and let's get talking to people we can talk to and about 100%. Something we want to talk about.
Absolutely, mate. Ulster, how's things over your way?
All going good. But the excitement's on over here. Obviously, with the new stuff. He was starting to get a bit bored with me here because I had no show to listen to at night. So it's good to get a show again.
Definitely. We've got lots and lots of talking points. We've got the transfers in and out. We've got the speculation. It's everywhere. We're linked with players. We'll touch on a wee bit about Steven Gerrard and how we're going to see things shaping up. We've also got some rubbish, I think, Bridgeman, to get out the road first with this SFA's complaint or compliance officer, Mr. McGlenahan's notice of complaint. What's your thoughts on that? Obviously, it must have been a wee bit of a shock to you.
Well, I think I'd said this to you a while ago that there was something outstanding on it that people had complaints about. Obviously, the people were speaking about other people across the city. They're the ones that brought it up, and it's been brought up to the attention in a new format, allegedly. So I think that originally, sort of last year time, they were saying, well, they can't do it because it's European, and the European people aren't doing it. So I think the club were right. I think the words they use is like a reconstituted charge in some way or other. Yeah. It might be something that we should be looking at. I'm under no illusions because we don't know what all these things are. We're not legal-minded at all. But I think if it's something we have to look at, then it's got to be looked at. But we don't want it to be a sort of a kangaroo court in any way, shape or form. If it's something there, let's get it out in the open. Let's get it sorted and let's march on with it. We don't want to hang it over us for a season coming up.
Yeah.
And then they start pumping us with something. I don't know.
Ulster, obviously, I think we've as younger bears, I've seen obviously the reaction on social media. What's your thoughts on that?
It's like anything, mate. You know, you start to move on as a club, and as we know what went on in the past and the hatred from all sides. And I think Scottish football's and the SFA are falling into a trap of the league hating themselves to death again. But then that doesn't surprise you because, you know, some people maybe in certain elements in Scottish football aren't maybe too impressed that we went and got a marquee signing as our manager. Maybe they're like, make sure we keep a bit of doom and gloom going around. But it's something I'm not too worried about. A wee bit annoyed about, a bit like everybody that it's being brought up now and rehashed and brought to us. I think they tried to get one other charge that hasn't worked, and it seems like it's sort of rehashing a different one to try and keep a different route. But I think it's time to move on, and hopefully Scottish football or the SFA do what they need to do, and we can move from it. But I think we've got a strong board now that won't be taking things down, and I think they're going to obviously fight this all the way if needs be, and that's what we need, a strong board.
Yeah, no, completely. I thought the club's statement on the matter was resounding. But can you just pop on mute, mate, when you're typing, mate, if you don't mind? Cheers, mate. It's just I thought the club statement. I've got it in front of me here. Just give the guys. The club made the statement on the 15th of May. We maybe just go over it. The Rangers Football Club was informed today that the Scottish FA After 8.5 months of investigation, 8.5 months, guys, the SFA will not be proceeding with a notice of complaint in respect of the submission made by the club to the SFA at the end of March 2011 with regards to the issue of clubs' UEFA licensing following the season. The club is unsurprised that it's now finally been accepted by the SFA that the accusations made against the club were groundless. The club questions whether the time, cost, expenses of this investigation was justified and was good use of SFA's limited resources. Disappointingly, and presumably rather than accept that the investigation was a waste of time to all parties in time and resources, the club has been served with a new revised notice of complaint relating to the monitoring period subsequently to the grant of the UEFA licence. This new notice of complaint neglects to properly capture the provisions of the prior agreement made between the club and the SFA. Goes on to say the club has fiercely resisted the reconstructed notice of complaint. Unfortunately, these monies that should be available to Scottish youth and grass football will be diverted into another rehearsal of a 7-year-old debate on the rights and wrongs of the events that the SFA should have prevented at the time when doing so would have served a useful purpose. He goes on to finally say, it seems that Scottish football is, and once again, being directed by individuals intent on harming Scottish football. Rangers Football Club and supporter is pursuing a course that has no sensible purpose or reasonable prospect of success. End of statement. But man, I think that echoes a lot of what the Bears are saying, on social media and round about the pubs and clubs and stuff. I think the club made a fantastic statement there. What's your thoughts on that? The response to this allegation?
Well, I think the club are doing what the club need to do, and that's defend themselves based on what they know of the events that have went on. As I said a wee bit earlier, and when I was speaking to you, and I've said before, the main thing is that somewhere along the line, someone thinks that something has gone wrong. Now, we're back to this nonsense of before. Is it an administrative thing? And if it is, let's get it sorted and get it done with, and find out what we did wrong so it never happens again, type of thing, which is normal under any management situation. Here we've got a process there and something's happened in the process, and there we go. If the club think it's a fake in some way or other, then we need to challenge it, and that's what I think they're doing. I don't know whether they're challenging through knowledge or just challenging for the sake of challenging, so forgive my ignorance in it. But I think the statement they've made is very good, but depending which way you want to look at it. I support the club and the board and all of this all the way through. I'm very happy. I just wish, and looking back in hindsight, many better or more bright people than I am have said in the past we should have a top-notch legal expert on our board for these assists, and they would be able to either nip things in the bud or give us better guidance. I don't doubt for a minute we will all get good guidance, but in this case, I don't know whether it's right or wrong, what they're doing, what this mob are doing. I know how I feel about them, and I don't want to say too much in case we all get into trouble.
Guys, we've been joined by our first caller, Dave King's Wine Cellar, I believe. Good evening, Dave.
Good evening, guys. How you doing?
Hi, Dave.
Hi, Dave. How are you?
How you doing, mate?
Good, lad. I'm all right. I'm coming live from the Rangers Radio rehab. What's it been, a couple of days? Honestly, as soon as I seen notification come up, I was like, your answer right on there. That way. It's only been a couple of days and already you get withdrawal symptoms. So no, it's good to be on. It's good to be on. Just in the last point there, I think the reason why it's been rebuffed is due to the court case, if I'm led to believe is correct, where the findings were that we obviously had to give UEFA an update in terms of our accounts, and all accounts were up to date, and as far as we were led to believe at the time, that everything was in order. However, due to the court case, apparently it was deemed, or it came out, that we were aware that we were in dispute at that point in time, and that's the reason being why they went in and investigated again. Again, probably back to Mount's point of it took them 8 months to come up with a rebuffed or a revised version of events, if you like. One, the money that it costs to do this, potentially over the 8 months as well, and then now proceeding with it. Am I correct in believing that it still won't impact RFC as it stands today? So it will just be a basis of that was the has been, or what would have been, if there was an element dated back to the previous point, but I just don't see the point. What's going to happen? What can the outcome be? That for me, it's probably that the SFA are more to blame because they didn't actually pick it up at that point in time and they accepted it, so therefore it highlights their inability to do their role effectively.
I think you're wrong there. The SFA's inability to do their role. I think you could point that to a number of issues and across the board. Just to take Dave King's points up here, Ulster. It's a bit, I think Bridgman mentioned it earlier on the show, a bit of a kangaroo court, all this debacle. Any thoughts, mate?
It's just frustrating, you keep thinking you're moving on, you get a bit of good news with top class manager, you think maybe the good time's coming back, and then obviously not long after that you're getting old issues getting brought up again. I think Scottish football need to move on at some stage of the game. We've went over this for that long. I think that the club, to be fair, and us as a support have been through enough. We were demoted to the bottom divisions. We've worked our way back up. It was hard going at times, but we've done it. And I think we've took our medicine for the things that went wrong in 2011 and 2012, and we've come back from it. We're not fully recovered, but we're on the road to recovery. And I think the best thing for Scottish football is to try and move on, and that's all. It's just frustrating. It's frustrating. It's just another thing that we're going to have to go through. We're going to be a bit nervous about it because we don't know what the repercussions can be. But one thing's for sure, it'll probably cost the SFA a lot of money to go through this, and it'll probably end up costing us a wee bit of money as well, fighting it through the courts. But it's something that can maybe go on for a year, go on for 2 years, but we just got to wait and see.
No, definitely. Dave, obviously, I read the statement out from the club there. I think I don't think I'd be wrong in saying that I think it's a very, very strong, robust reply to this charge. You get any thoughts on the club's statement and stance on that?
Well, I don't think it was written by Jim Traynor anyway, I'll put it that way. No, absolutely. I think it was a really, really robust statement. I think it showed intent. It showed that they won't lie down to these allegations, if we call them that, at this kind of stage. But probably to touch on Ulster's points, it's difficult to be a Rangers fan these days where you think everything's all right, all the England's gone. We've been through coming back up through all the leagues, we've went through all the court cases, we got the court announcement that it wasn't fraud when we don't think that it was potentially, well, we do think that it was, in relation to the Craig White era, etc., and it was all kind of intent, and that was a motive from the very start. But how, do you know what, we just went, right, okay, fine, move on, nobody's getting charged with it, that's okay. To then for this to come up again today, and it's back to the statement from the club to say that the money that it's costing, in terms of that could be invested in youth Scottish football, for bringing young people through, or something that's going to have a better deliverable at the end of the day, versus, they could come out with an official statement saying, you know what, actually Rangers were wrong, we knew about it and they didn't come out with it at the time, and as such, we're going to sanction a fine, however it's against, I don't know, something else, and therefore they can't actually do anything that won't impact, so the outcome wouldn't actually be valid or worthwhile anyway. It seems as if it's to appease other fans as opposed to move on in Scottish football and actually just say, you know what, it's past.
Can I come in on that, Dave?
On you go, Bridgman.
I'd like to say that I understand what you're saying, but you've got to realise the last time we said these things, the SFA or the SPFL are both have said to us that we, under a 5-way agreement allegedly, we're responsible for all footballing matters. Yeah. So if there's a fine, I'm quite sure it'll be us that has to pay it and not the old company. That's all I've got to say.
Dave makes a fair point there about maybe it's trying to appease other clubs that they're not letting things go and they're going to keep prodding at these issues. But I don't think much will come from it personally. But we'll wait and see. But like Dave says, I think it's more to appease other fans in Scottish football that they're still investigating these old issues.
No, it's not my style, guys. Right? But you think it's a deflection tactic?
Well, there'd be a shock in Scottish football, deflecting tactics.
No, that's true, Dave.
Guys,
there's no media coverage at all whatsoever of like said subject. It's probably a pretty good deflection tactic, if I'm honest with you, and that's probably my personal views. But
wonder what's going on, don't you, in the public eye then? Bridgeman, if anybody wants to get in contact with the show, what's the number they can get us on?
0141 356 1972.
Ulster, where can they Skype in? Where can they get Skyped in?
RangersRadio.online, and we're also on the Facebook as well. We're over at all different platforms and YouTube, so there's loads of ways you can listen in, and obviously the Skype, that's probably the cheapest way for you to ring in because the Skype's free.
I've got a question around the social media outlets, and it was the reason why I joined this evening, which was to do with Mixlr. Okay, so that gives me a notification to say Rangers Radio's going live. See, in terms of Facebook and Twitter, etc., does it also have the same notifications to alert people that we're having a show?
Yes, David does. If you go onto the Rangers Radio page on the Facebook, and if you like that page and follow the page, then as soon as the show comes on live, you'll get that beamed on Facebook, so you will, so you'll know straight away.
Perfect. No, that's excellent. I just thought I'm just making sure we're reaching out to kind of all areas.
Guys, just quickly, last word on this crazy SFA crap. Ulster, last word on that.
Last word. Let's just not worry about it. We've got bigger things, the bigger fish to fry with our own club, and we'll just let them battle it out whatever way they need to. But I'm confident that the club will fight it all the way.
Brilliant. Bridgeman?
Yeah, I agree with that. I just hope that we haven't done anything stupidly wrong. I'm a great believer in getting an upfront person. If we've done something wrong, then I hope that we've got the people that will back it up and say, right, yeah, we did that wrong. What's the punishment? But I have to say this. They have to come out and say categorically, no more shit. This will be the last thing we're going to hear from you regarding historic stuff. Don't take any more shit. This is it. That's it. You've had your day with us. Beat it. That's what I would say.
Dave King. Dave King. Last word.
How do you even come back to that? I think that's pretty much spot on. Once this is over and done with, I think we'd probably have a kind of non-disclosure agreement to say that anything after this is null and void. It's time to move on. We need to draw a line under the sand. There can be nothing that comes out the woodwork from historic times. So if this is it, then closure is needed and then moving on.
Definitely, mate, definitely. Guys, I'm going to say this again. I'm going to repeat it, and I'm going to repeat it. Bridgeman, Steven Gerrard is the Rangers manager.
Wow.
Aye, wow. Steven Gerrard's the Rangers manager. Give me your thoughts, come on. Let me hear it. Come on, Bridgeman.
I just can't wait until it's all official, because we're hearing a whole load of crap coming out at the moment. I think the guy is just going to be dynamite for us. The biggest thing I've ever known. I'm 70, nearly 72, and I have never known anything like this with Rangers. It is just amazing. There's many things you could say. It's unfortunate that we don't have our own strip stuff and all that nonsense, and we're going to have to wait. But really and truly, we should have, and the greatest sense of the word, we should have a strip suit for Gerrard coming up and being there. We should have had all that done, but we couldn't do it. Unfortunately, we couldn't. But that'll come. And that, to me, is the biggest thing that I've ever known coming to Rangers. Massive game, name, massive box office person, and by far and away the most talented football player in all probability that would ever have come to Rangers. Fabulous, just fabulous.
My friend across the water, Steven Gerrard's the Rangers manager.
I know. I keep saying it to myself. Steven Gerrard's our manager. It's all unbelievable. And see what? It was one thing I probably wasn't for at the time when he was being muted for it, because I was worried about the inexperience and stuff. Because I was really desperate for that experienced manager. But listening to his press conference, he's obviously a leader. He knows what he's talking about. He came across very, very well. And I've got excited ever since then, to be honest. And I'm sort of hoping that, he is such a big name and it's going to be such a worldwide thing. Having Steven Gerrard as the manager, there'll be so much people watching in now for the Rangers games who maybe wouldn't have normally. And hopefully that can entice players that we maybe couldn't have got before of a certain stature, maybe to come and join the revolution with Steven Gerrard. So it could be very exciting times for us.
Brilliant. Dave King, Steven Gerrard, the Rangers manager. Would you believe it, mate?
No, absolutely not. Even when it came in, parts on social media that didn't believe it either, and it was kind of, I don't know, even betting websites saying it's never going to happen, you know, and when it did happen, it was just unbelievable. I think the first point where I started to believe it was when he did the Champions League update, and I think it was Gerrard that questioned him, like, is there any truth in rumours, and he said, do you know what, actually there is, and yep, we're in talks, and at that point I started to believe it, but it was up until that Derek McInnes moment where it was like 1 minute to 6, and then it was like, no, he's no coming, blah, 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 and I thought, that's going to happen, and then when I seen the announcement, I've seen the response as well in terms of our fans, and a lot of credit's got to go to our fan base. What was it, 3 o'clock or something it was on that day? It was there, and there was 7,000 supporters or something like that was there in that moment of time. It was taken about 2 hours or so. I know there was a couple of weeks prior to, but it was never confirmed. It was confirmed at 2 o'clock, 5 past 2, and within kind of an hour or so, there was thousands of fans there, which just shows you the sheer respect the man's got already, and he's not even in the door. I think the fans were totally buzzing at that stage. I think, back to Ulster's point, you know, that the pull that this guy got across, not even just the UK, but across the world, is phenomenal. I've seen updates coming from Dubai, when they were over in Dubai with the Liverpool stuff, and they were actually talking about Rangers there over the mic to the fans there. Liverpool fans were giving great respect to Rangers. I think the names that you can pull through. I said to you, you know, this time 3 months ago, by the way, Martin Scuttle's considering coming to Rangers and so on, with names like Jermaine Defoe linked and stuff like that. You'd be like, that's it, you know. But
keep your powder dry. We're going to be getting to that bit later a wee bit on the show, but we're. I just think you just mentioned something there on the brand. I know we've touched on it earlier, obviously last season, but I just think the brand. It's got to be massive for us, Ulster. I think obviously he's got such a big presence. He's just. I keep saying it. Steven Gerrard, the Rangers manager. I mean, the worldwide exposure our club is going to get, even though we are the most successful team in the world. It's going to be unbelievable for us.
100%. Yeah, like I was I was in Bandover at the time, and obviously I rushed to the Ibrox bar because I wanted to watch it live in there with other Bears, and you know, I knew it was coming, but. And then just sitting watching, you know, all the other Premier League managers. Just before his press conference, all the Premier League managers were having their press conference, and they were all talking about it. And you know, everybody was talking about Rangers. And as Dave says, you've seen interviews there in Dubai when he's over representing Liverpool. Him and Gary McAllister, they're asking him questions about Rangers, and they're all going to watch him. And it's going to be massive exposure for the club. And I bet you Hummel, the new kit data, but I bet you they're busting at the seams now, because that's a winner for them too, you know, because the exposure that they're going to get, obviously Rangers will be plastered everywhere, so it's fantastic and it's exciting and it's good to see, and we deserve this, you know. Let's not beat about the bush, you know. We're a loyal support. Stephen Gerrard said that in his press conference. That's something that he believes in, and let's enjoy the good times, guys. We've had a lot of bad, we've stuck it through, and we're going to reap the rewards.
Definitely.
You know, on the strips you were mentioning for Hummel, if I'm right, tell me I'm wrong, but I think we can't sell any shirts from Hummel until like August or something like that. You know,
just to clarify, guys. Dave, could you maybe try and see your mic? Could you maybe try and move your mic just slightly back from your mouth slightly? It's just the sound's just not quite coming through too well. They're saying in the lobby. Can you maybe just move it back a touch, mate? If it maybe close it up a wee bit.
Yeah, sorry, is that better?
That's much better, mate. Aye, that's much better. Just on the strip, no, it's all right, mate. No worries at all. Just on the strips, the SLO, the fans liaison officer, has been obviously making comments across social media. I think Ulster, it's he's not yet confirmed when the strips will be on sale. I think. Don't think we've got a confirmed date yet. I've not been fully up to date on that side of things. Ulster, have you got any more yourself, mate, on that side?
No, but I think the main thing is for the club is to get these shirts out before the 12th of July, because everybody and their granny wears them over here. See, if you know what I mean, for the big day. Everybody in the Rangers strip for the 12th over in Belfast and all over the country. So, yeah, I'm not 100% sure when they're coming out, but if they're, as long as it's before the 12th of July, because as I say, that's the mark.
Ulster, that's what I was trying to say. I was reading, I can't remember, I think it was somewhere on Follow, and there was major disappointment on the thread to say that this is surely that's not right. But apparently that's the contract. The contract ends in August or something like that. The contract with.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Now, that's not to say that Hummel can't bring it out and can't sell it. The problem is because that contract, we might have to give them more money. So I don't know all its ifs and buts and so on and so forth. But that's all. As far as I'm led to believe, it won't be happening until sometime in August or late August. But I hope it's not. I hope you're right. I hope it's out before then. I hope I'm wrong, and I hope we've bought the contract out. Then it finishes up in the end of May, 1st of June, that kind of thing. So we're free and easy. That's what I'm looking for.
I just think on the strip things, I think if anyone's out there, let us know on the strip things. To get contact with us, it's 0141 356 1972, or you can Skype in at RangersRadio.online. Dave King, what's your thoughts on the Hummel? I know there's been a lot of debate on that side of things. You get any thoughts on the Hummel? I always find the Denmark kit always a cracking kit to look at, so I'm pretty pleased myself. Any thoughts on the Hummel kit?
I think when I first heard the announcement, guys, I was kind of slightly underwhelmed. I thought Hummel, it's not a big marquee signing in terms of Rangers stature and what we would normally expect historically against like the clubs we've had, so Adidas, Nike, so on and so forth. I think looking at a couple of replica kits that have been shared and also the Hummel kits that are there themselves out there in the market, I think the good thing is, and probably what we need to look at from a financial perspective, is that my understanding is led to believe they were the best in terms of the offer from a revenue perspective that we have. So first and foremost, it's about bringing money and revenue into the club. So if it's the best offer that's there on the table, then take it with open arms. I think Hummel, unlike the likes of Puma, etc., will give you a replica kit and a template shirt, whereas Hummel are more prone to design specifically for the nature of the club. I think we will be one of the biggest, if not the biggest, teams that they will then obviously create shirts for. And I think you've seen the following online go up massively to 300% on the basis of the media announcement for Rangers. So I'm looking forward to it actually now. I think that it'll be some of the kits that are there, I think will be pretty smart, if I'm honest with you. And I'm looking forward to it, and I'm a lot more. I'm changed mind, shall I say, as opposed to the first heard the announcement.
Bridgeman, just 2 seconds. Bridgeman, please, can you go and mute me, please?
I'm not there. I'm not doing anything, pal. I'm just sitting here listening.
Sounds as if he's sweeping up the kitchen, doesn't it?
Somebody's on the kitchen.
Me. It's not me. I can assure you it's not me. I'm hearing it as well. I'm saying, who is that?
I think it might be Big Ulster, mate. Bridge,
I haven't swept the floor in years. That's not major. Cough, cough, cough. She doesn't hear me say that, by the way.
It's definitely not me. I don't know how to sweep a floor. So... Ulster, thoughts on the Hummel kit, mate? Just quickly.
Yeah, but like Dave, I was wanting Adidas, to be honest, you know what I mean? Because we've seen some of the most brilliant kits we've ever had, I think, with Adidas. But that's not to be, and I think it's a very good deal for the club, to be honest. It's a good wee bit of money for us. I think it's sort of ordinary $3.5 million a year, so that's pretty good going. And as we've seen some, as you say, the Denmark kits, but you know, in the past, some beautiful kits, you know. But as long as the quality of the stuff we're getting is good, then we'll buy into it. I think the last few years, in my personal opinion, the quality hasn't been as good as what it can be. But if Hummel make a good, I'll say, good quality of kit and good quality of jackets and all sorts of different things, then we'll buy into it, you know. But I've been looking at a few of the different things on Facebook, different people putting their own wee slant on what the kits could be, and there's been some crackers out there. So hopefully they give us a good, nice kit and home and away one. And we'll all buy into it, you know.
Here on that one. Here on that one, pal. Can I just say something on the kits?
On you go, mate.
I like the Adidas strips as well. I was hoping it was going to be Adidas, much like Ulster there. But no, I'm buying into the Hummel. I don't like. I know we're going to get all built up about it anyway. I just hate to see Rangers fans getting all built up and find out that there was somewhere along the line because of legal technicalities we can't do it. I believe that the club are going to get strips for the team to play in the new strip.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
They'll not be for sale. That's all I'm hearing. So I hope we don't all get all worked up and get let down in the last minute, but just let down in general. I just hope it all is a big success for Rangers because we desperately need whatever extra cash revenue from strip sales that we can get. And the very first thing we want is a big orange strip with Gerrard number 8 on the back. 100%. 100%.
I believe that's coming down the line, Bridgeman. Guys, this week it's been all over social media. The season tickets again, Bridgeman. 40,000 season ticket renewals. Where else would this support?
You wouldn't know at this level. You was very rarely you'll see that anywhere in the world. It's just incredible numbers. I was reading, I think it was last night or this morning, I read it was like somebody was in the ticket office like 39,800 more, over 39,800 and still going. And they're actually starting this public sales, but the reseating.
Yeah,
people want to sit somewhere else. Apparently the transfers. And the word I heard was that there's not going to be any actual sale to all intents and purposes.
Wow.
Everything's going to be taken up. As far as I know, it's going to be sold out completely. So that's amazing. That's just fantastic. Just fantastic. I don't know what number that gets to, whether it goes up to 44 or 45,000. I'm not dead sure. I would imagine it'll stick at 44 because they need that extra sales for footfall and things like that,
No, definitely.
I don't know how it works.
Big man, Big Ulster, that's. I mean, again, our support is absolutely unwavering. If anything, the more pain we go through, the more loyal we get. I hate to say that, but it really seems that way.
Definitely. I think a lot of people were holding back this. They were waiting to see who the new manager was going to be. I think we had a tough grueling season. People were maybe thinking about their season tickets, what will we do? But I think it was a great coup by the club to get Steven Gerrard. And I think that's why we've seen so many, especially this last couple of weeks, really bad India because of the name. I think the club have done well there, and that's why you've got another bolster of season tickets. But it just proves again, how fantastic a support we are. And that's what annoys me about Scottish football. Looking at it from the outside, and I know I love Scottish football. It's just the way I've been brought up with watching Scottish football over here in Northern Ireland, obviously. And that's the things that you don't hear in Scotland. You don't see it in the papers. They should be bumming and blowing about this great club they have. How many season tickets this club is, going to watch Scottish football. We've actually been the highest away support in the whole of Britain. But you don't hear these things from the media. That's what you should be hearing. All the positives, all these fans of Rangers, not just watching at home, but going away and selling out everywhere they go. And I think that's something Scottish football need to look at instead of always looking at the negatives. Look at the positives, of what Rangers do for the whole league. And I think that's just something they need to look at themselves. But we've been through all this before. The supporters are fantastic, and I'm proud to be a Bear.
Yeah, definitely.
Can I come in on that, Lot?
On you go, big man. On you go.
It's just to say, I 100% agree with Ulster once again. But I have to say this, and I've not been funny. I think you'll find that in this wee place that we live, most assuredly, there isn't any media that are positive towards Rangers at all. You might get one reporter, if we can call him a reporter, who may come out with a positive slant on a story. But other than that, it's completely, virtually 100% anti-Rangers and totally negative about our club, and in some cases don't even report on Rangers at all. And we don't need to go too far, but we know that's happening. So that's all I've got to say on that. I just hope that all of them have something bad happen to them. Seriously, it's just a disgrace what's happening. Disgrace.
I've got a wee cherry for you soon, but I'm going to get Dave King's wine cellar's thoughts on the season tickets. Mate, can you do me a favour, mate? Can we just speak nice and loud? The boys are sitting no hearing you too well in the lobby, just to see how you are.
Yeah, so season ticket wise, I think it's outstanding and remarkable. And I've not got any doubt. I think we're probably challenged by the size of our stadium as opposed to challenged by the renewals of season tickets or no season ticket holders.
Mm-hmm.
I think if we had a 60, 70, 80,000 seater stadium, would it get filled every game? Probably not. But you know what? I think there'd be demand there for it. Absolutely. I think we're world class, number one fans. And we proved that when we went down to the lower levels, I think it was like 45, 50,000, maybe even, do you know, when we were taking stupid stuff like 10,000 away to crazy small stands that couldn't even cope with the capacity, you know, it's just, the following's unreal. Manchester's proven that anywhere else across the world that we go to, we will follow on, you know, it's just unbelievable.
Thanks, mate. No, that's amazing. No, you're absolutely spot on. As I said, I think we surprise ourselves at times. You know, others. I can't. I've seen it, my old man. I couldn't think of anything else more than to renew the season ticket. You know, it's something that it's a journey we're on, guys. And do you know what? We'll get there. We really will, Bridgeman. It's a journey, and I really do now believe that we've got a manager who's capable of taking us on that journey. Bridgeman.
I 100% agree with you. 100%. I'm not being funny. My only fear is that a lot of clubs are going to end up doing what Hibs have done to us, a rancid club, and just start to cut down the allocation for Rangers just for spite, no for nothing else. And despite the fact that they would do without money because of it, they will do that. I'm quite sure. I'm not just saying that everybody will do it, but there are a number of clubs will do it. I'm quite convinced of it, and I wouldn't be surprised if it started for across the city next season. I wouldn't be surprised at all.
No, definitely. Can I just say, Dave King, we're having a few wee technicals with you, mate. Could you maybe just drop back out and old school bring you back into the call? It's just we're having a few wee issues with your sound coming through, mate, if that's okay.
Yep, no worries, I'll do that just now, guys.
Cheers, mate. Thanks very much.
By
Cheers.
the way, that he sounded brilliant there.
Aye, it's the best he's sound all night.
That sound good there. Yeah.
You hear this, Dave, all right? It's dropped out, I think. No, as I said, Ulster, I just think with this man, Steven Gerrard, I really do firmly believe we've got the makings of a right good manager here. And with the season ticket sales, obviously we're going to maybe talk a wee bit later in the show about the players and the quality of players we're bringing in. It can only be good things, mate.
Yeah, this is it, and he's going to command the dressing room for a start, and he's a winner. My dad actually phoned me, as I said, I was sitting watching it, and after the interview, my father phoned me, and he was like, were you watching it, son? Were you watching it? And I said, I was. He said, what did you think? And he says, you know what? He says, you're generous. He says, this could be your soonest moment. Yeah. He says, you had it the old days. He says, this could be your soonest moment. And as I get where he's come from, it won't be, we're not going to sign the England captain. We're not going to do that. We know that. But we don't, in my opinion, need to probably sign that level of player to win the Scottish League like we would have done then. You know what I mean? That quality of player. But I think we'll still get very good, prestigious players, and this could be our moment. You know, we've been through a lot, especially the younger support, because the older birds have seen some fantastic times. We maybe haven't seen just as much, but this could be our moment in our era, and this could be something we could look back on and as older birds, mate, we could be saying to ourselves in 20, 30 years' time, it was not a big turnaround for our club. That really brought us back on the road to success again, and that's what we're all hoping for.
We've been joined by our goalkeeping expert, would you believe? Ibrox Lyle. Evening, Ibrox.
I'm disappointed. The young team tonight.
I know. Where were you?
I don't know much about goalkeeping expert, mate, but I'll certainly help you out in the panel.
Say that again, Papadopoulos.
I says I don't know much about being a goalkeeping expert, but I don't mind helping out in the panel.
I'm only teasing you, pal. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, mate. Doing well.
Excellent.
We've got a Partick Thistle fan on, so right, come on. What happened? What's happened?
Mate, I was devastated yesterday, mate. Absolutely devastated. I've got a bit of love for the club, mate. Obviously playing there for a number of years, but I'm more saddened for Big Aaron Archibald, if I'm being honest, mate. Looked absolutely devastated, mate. And he gave the truth, mate. The two matches, they never deserved to go through. So
can I just say, from on behalf of Rangers Radio and behalf of Mount Vernon Loyal here, I couldn't laugh even more. You know, the West End couscous eating. Aye, all I can say is enjoy Tannadice if it's still there. Ulster.
Wow. You know, you're making a statement there, boy.
He's not holding back, is he? I'll say that. I won't be too bad. Livingstone have been away for a long time, so fair play to them. Credit where it's due. I think Livingstone obviously deserved it over the 2 games. They were the better team, and well, there's another neat place for like yourself to go to next season. So
yeah, but it's also guys on this. The only problem I've got with it, I wasn't bothered whether Partick stayed up or not, is that Big Fartson's back in. That's him back in because he's a coach there. He's a coach with Livingston.
Oh, right, okay.
Did you know that?
It's Rangers Radio, Bridgeman.
No, but I'm just saying to you, that's all I'm saying is it's toxic, you know.
Of
and
course.
That's him coming back into the Scottish football at the football level, not as a pundit, but at the football level.
Well,
sadness.
Just one last thing,
mate.
It's
just a couple of players, obviously, we've been linked with in the last couple of days. Is the young boy for Liverpool, Wilson. He was on loan at Hull last season. Seen quite a lot of him. Thought he was a very, very good player. Apparently, a lot of the coaches at Liverpool think he's going to be something special in the future as well. But I suggest if we could get him, even on a loan, an 18-month loan deal, would be pretty much a steal. And the boy, Connor Goldson for Brighton as well.
We're going to talk about that,
wait. Did you not get the script? Did you not get the
Sorry,
script?
mate. Sorry, mate.
Did you not get the script?
Sorry, boys. Sorry.
You know what the pre-production meeting?
He's at it.
I
know, mate. That's an not knuckles for me, mate.
Just because your team get relegated at Ibrox, you know what I mean?
I know, devastated, mate. Devastated.
Aye. Well, we're going to go into the sort of transfer rumours, maybe the second half of the show. We've actually since we're talking about goalkeeping, and we've got 3 quality goalkeepers. We've got Jack Annick, West Orinham, and we've got the man himself, Alan McGregor. Right, Ibrox, come on, right, give us the insight.
I'll give you the insight right now. Alan McGregor, number 1. I would try to be doing my level-headed best to get Alnwick and Wes out the door and allow young Liam Kelly to step up as the number 2 goalkeeper behind McGregor, because you'll learn a lot for that, especially on the training field and whatever else, and let young McCrory go out on loan to a higher level club next season. A bit like McGregor did a good number of years ago when he went on loan to Dunfermline. Had an absolutely fantastic season there, and then came in and basically became your number 1. I think that's the idea for me, mate. I'd be getting Alnwick and Wes out.
What's your thoughts on McGregor? He's 36. He's 10 birds a night. So I mean, what's
well, as long as he leaves a couple for me on a Saturday night, mate, I don't really care. But
go on yourself.
No, I think he'll come in, mate. He'll steady us, mate. He's a level-headed influence on the dressing room, on the training field, and he'll be that on the park as well. I believe we'll at least get 1, if not 2, good seasons at him, and it'll allow young Liam Kelly to get the experience of maybe playing like in the Scottish Cup, because we know that's what Alnwick was doing when fit. And as I say, let young McCrory go out, maybe to a championship team next season. We know he was in League One last season, did pretty well at Berwick Rangers, but let him go to a higher level club, see if we can get the same amount of games and really build his confidence up for there. So,
well, I'm going to give you my opinion on the 3 goalkeepers, and then we'll take it in the panel. I thought Jack Alnwick at the end of the season, I thought the boy was magnificent. I think he's a right good goalkeeper. I think he's got better hands than Wes. Wes Fonham, he's played a lot of games for Rangers. I'm going to be brutally honest here. I don't think he's a Rangers goalkeeper. I don't think he's good enough. I think his distribution at times is woeful. He's an okay shot stopper at best for me. Alan McGregor, he's done everything for this club. He's got us to UEFA Cup finals. He's won leagues. He's a true leader. He's 36. He looked fantastic for Scotland. I firmly believe that he will be the number 1 goalkeeper for us. With, in my opinion, Jack Alnwick is number 2, and maybe let Wes go. Ulster, give me your thoughts on all the 3 goalkeepers, and who you'd have as your number 1 and number 2.
Well, I have a funny feeling fodder him, to be honest. A bit like you say, they're done well at times, but there was same sort of issues coming, especially like say Ibrox, who knows his goalkeeping, though every week or every other week he was coming out with the same things and maybe mistakes that Ford was making, saves that he could have been doing, maybe he wasn't doing, unfortunately. But I think he probably will go, to be honest. He's probably the biggest asset we have as in goalkeepers, who would be looking to get rid of. And I think that's probably who will go. We'll wait and see. Alan went, I thought he came on the game, to be honest, towards the end. You know, I know he was coming in the odd cup game and looked a wee bit shaky, but then again, he hadn't played any football, so he's sort of being thrown in there. But as he got a run of games, I thought he grew in confidence. And he might be our second goalkeeper. But we've got young fellas there, obviously Kelly, and you've got Rory to come through. And what a great person to learn off. Like McGregor, who's done it all before. He had a fantastic season championship last year. I know Hull didn't, but he got player of the year. It must have been obviously outstanding to get that for Hull as a goalkeeper. So it's great to see. And those young boys can come up and speak to McGregor, learn things off him. Also, not just about the actual goalkeeping, as in it's also going to learn about, you know, how do you get ready for these big games, the experience even that way. So it's good to see. It's I didn't expect it, to be honest, but it's happened now, and I think he'll definitely be our number one goalkeeper.
Okay, Bridgeman, what's your goalkeeping setup, and who's your number one?
Well, I think McGregor's going to be the number one. I think that's who I would go with too. The only problem I've got with McGregor, or possibly two problems. The only problems I've got with McGregor is the history, what he did when he went away, and it's nowhere near as serious as Naismith. And also his reputation off field, you know, his off the field antics. Whether we're back in the Goldfish Bowl of Glasgow, he'll get away with that nonsense that he was getting away with before. I don't know he'll get away with it. So providing everything's okay that way, there's no doubt, and you were right in introducing him like that. He's a top class goalkeeper, and I believe when he's playing with Rangers and he gets himself settled, he'll be the Scotland number one. I think he's a far better goalkeeper than the guy across the city.
Wouldn't it be hard?
No, I think he's a cracking goalkeeper. He's got all the different classes. As you said, as Ulster said, he's Hull City Player of the Year, for God's sake. They were having a terrible time of it, and he kept them in a lot of games. Tremendous goalkeeper, no doubt about it. I would go for. I have to admit, I've said this before. I would let both the Fotheringham and the boy who was playing for us now. What's his name again? Alnwick. I would let them both go, and I would bring in Liam Kelly as number two.
Bridgeman, do you not think Alnwick's horns were at Hull? He came for quite a lot. The games I've seen him, I think he could do a job for us, maybe for.
Oh, there's no doubt in that. There is absolutely no doubt in that. But for me, I would personally, my own preference would be I'd have McGregor as number one, and I would release both. I'd definitely sell Fotheringham. I don't know if you would get in for Alnwick, but I don't think Alnwick's distribution is great. I think he definitely needs first team games. I've no doubt about that. Yeah. And as the more he gets, the better he'll get. Yeah. I just don't think he's a Rangers goalkeeper. That's only my opinion. I feel him and Fotheringham very much the same. In times you see Fotheringham is absolutely outstanding when he's doing goalkeeping work. There's other times you think he's so hesitant, it's not real. And I see the same in Alnwick. His distribution is awful. The times I've watched him, he's put the ball right out of the park, straight for the kick, right out of the park, and it's just nonsense, you know. However, not to take too much away from anyone, I would go for definitely for McGregor number one if it was me, and I would sell both the other goalkeepers and bring in Liam Kelly as number two.
It's all about opinions, Bridgeman. And if anybody's got an opinion on anything at Rangers, where can they get us at?
You can get us at 0141 356 1972.
Where else can they get us, Big Man?
RangersRadio.online on the Skype.
Sounds good to me. We've also just been rejoined by Dave King. How you sounding, Dave?
I don't know. You tell me, guys. I'm all right.
So that's a lot better, Dave.
A lot better, mate. A lot better. Dave, take on the goalkeeping situation. We've signed the magnificent man that is McGregor. He likes the birds. What's your thoughts, mate? A big Griegsy.
He's my Gianluigi Buffon, if I'm honest with you. I think it's different in terms of goalkeeping. You know, if you put that up versus kind of player-wise, you think the age is a concern. For me, it's not a concern. They don't have to do as much running about, etc. And goalkeepers generally tend to keep themselves fit anyway naturally and do a lot of fitness work. So I've got no concerns. I think probably a good couple of years at him anyway, and I could probably even keep him at 40. If I could get away with 50, I probably would as well. He's a legend in my eyes in terms of his ability. And that might be naive, but it's probably based on current goalkeeper status just now. I don't rate Wes at all. His distribution over the last couple of seasons has been shocking. I remember points where he was like, I don't know, trying to take players on one-on-one in the Championship, and my heart was in my mouth, you know. Anwick, to his credit, I can't really fault him on his performance since he's come into the team, but again, probably not Rangers material in terms of goalkeeper, particularly if you've got McGregor coming in. Big fan of Liam Kelly. What I've seen of him play, he's done really, really well. I think particularly in the Florida Cup as well. No, it was only 1 or 2 games or half a game where he came on, but no concerns there. And all the stuff that I've seen him in the unders as well, he's played really, really well. And I think, to be honest, guys, as well, we've got the academy there for a reason. We should be looking at that resource and pulling them through. There's no point signing keepers just for backup for the sake of it when we've got talent there. Give him a shot, give him a go, and if he's not going to deliver, then you know we can go out in the January window or whatever it may be to pull somebody in. But I've got no issues over Liam Kelly at all. I think he's a good keeper, and I think we've got to play him at some point, because if we don't, then the academy's not serving its purpose. And I think if you look at the academy's results just now, it's been phenomenal. The guys have done really, really well this season. I'm not sure whether that's a change in manager with Murray pulling out in that stage, but the unders have done fantastic, honestly, and I think there's a couple that we should probably look to for next season as well to try and bring in.
Thanks, Dave. What I want to do is, I know Ibrox is your goalkeeping expert, and I'll be honest, guys, I've not really seen a lot of young Liam Kelly. What I have seen is young Robbie McCrory. Let us know what's the what do you think? Ibrox, who's the one that's coming through for you? Who's catching your eye in terms of the goalkeepers coming through?
Well, at this moment in time, mate, for the last couple of seasons, it has been young Kelly. I've seen him in quite a few of the games when he played for Livingston. I think they were in Division 1. I think that's what it was. And I think he got between 11 and 12 clean sheets. A lot of the coaches and that had a lot of time for him. They says he worked hard on and off the training field. And we know when he was at Livingston, because I think when they were in Division 1 they were still a part-time team. Whether it became full-time now is a different story, but young Kelly and McCrory were coming back and forward to the Rangers for full-time training as well. And for what I've seen, it's definitely young Kelly. We've seen a bit of him in the Florida Cup, not a lot, but enough for me to suggest that it can be a reliable backup to Alan McGregor for next season, which is the main reasons why I would be getting rid of Alnwick and Wes. Not to say that in maybe a year or two's time, young McCrory will knock him through, because he's got everything to be a top-class keeper. Let's no pull any strings about that one, because Man United, Liverpool, Chelsea, Arsenal, and I think a couple other teams down in England were all after him a few seasons ago. But his parents and the two boys themselves, Robbie and Ross, were headstrong enough to say, no, I'm going to stay here and fight for my place at Rangers. This is where we want to be. This is where we want to develop. And that's why they just recently signed 4.5-year deals. So a year or two's time, he could come back in as a very strong goalkeeper. So
I think it also helps that they're fair play in his family, Ibrox.
Exactly, mate. 100%, mate. Absolutely.
Just quickly, guys, before we break for a wee tune, I've also just seen a small snippet. It doesn't directly affect myself, but the SLO has been over social media in regards to the parking proposals from Glasgow City Council. They're going to be coming into effect as of the new season, where there's going to be a complete blanket ban of approximately around a mile around the stadium. And I think it's going to affect a lot of bears. There's threads all over the social media, over follow. I think there's also a wee bit on Rangers media as well on it about this. I would urge anybody who is objecting to it to email safeparking -Ibrox Stadium at glasgow.gov.uk. This basically This will affect basically people travelling to and from the stadium with regards to parking. It also is not taken into account, obviously, a analysis on public transport as well. It will affect bears come the new season, guys, and I urge everyone to get in touch with them. If you've not got email, you can direct a letter to Mr. Waddle at the Glasgow City Council. He'll sort of process your objection to it. It's a massive. Old School Blues just put the link in the lobby to email across. It will affect a lot of people. I know, Bridgeman, I know you're sort of way in and out of Ibrox is obviously the subway as well, and I go by supporters bus, but there's a lot of guys I know travel by car, and it's going to affect them big time on it.
Yeah, I think. Sorry, pal.
On you go, Bridgeman. On you go.
Right, I was just going to say, I think that it's happening all over Glasgow. It's not just Ibrox. Obviously, from an Ibrox perspective, that's what we care about, and it's punitive. A lot of it's punitive. But to be perfectly honest, I think if you look all over Glasgow, what they're looking for is trying to get as much money out of the driver as possible, and they're putting up parking bays and tickets and so on and so forth. Yeah. But I think if they're going to ban parking, they've got to have a good reason, and they're saying it's the parking, double parking, and goodness knows what people are parking across people's driveways and all that. Yeah. So it's obviously they must see a reason and some description for that other than the money. But I think it's really poor by Glasgow District Council to do this as a mile in circumference round about Rangers. It feels as if they're picking on us, to be quite honest with you. That's what it feels like to me. I don't drive over there.
Of course.
I've got relatives that do, and they go and park down the Paisley Road West and convenient parking places where the shops are and so on and so forth. So there's no charge there, but no doubt, I wouldn't doubt it for a minute that'll become chargeable. There'll be a £10 charge on match days or something stupid like that.
The thing about it is as well, guys. The thing about Greg and the team at Rangers they're trying to get across is that the public transport and the infrastructure around Ibrox Stadium is an absolute disgrace. It really is from the 1960s and 1970s, and the fact that again, Glasgow City Council objecting to our fans. It brings a lot of money to the local area. It brings a lot of tourists to the area as well. So again, guys, I urge you. Old School Blue has put the details in the lobby. Also, attached Greg's tweet in regards to the proposals. So please check it out. Please get in touch with the relevant authorities and let's a wee bit of fan power behind this, guys. Before we go to the tune, I'm just going to read out quickly the number to get in contact with us to ask us anything you want. Talk about all things Rangers. It's 0141 356 1972, or they can join us at Skype at RangersRadio.online. If you can go on mute, guys, and we can get a wee tune if our fantastic assistant is ready.
We are the people who sing of victory until the football glory from Kilmarnock to Dundee. We follow Glasgow Rangers, our hearts are strong and true. We are the people who cheer the boys in blue. A goal, we're ready to acclaim. A goal, to win another game. We follow Glasgow Rangers, our hearts are strong and true. We are the people who cheer the boys in blue. We'll be there at Ibrox when Rangers take the field. They'll follow on to triumph, for we know they'll never lose. And 60,000 voices will cheer the whole game through. We are the people who cheer the boys in blue. A goal, we're ready to acclaim. A goal, to win another game. We follow Glasgow Rangers, our hearts are strong and true. We are the people who cheer the boys in blue.
Put the tea towel down, Bridgeman. I can see if you hear.
That was quite good. That I was quite enjoyed that. The people, the boys in blue.
You don't get them in Fox's doing the controls. I'm telling you. You only get to please that through blue, the accordions and all that. That's all you get. So. Transfers in, transfers out. Where do you want to start, boys? You want to transfers out or transfers?
There's one just broke, mate. I don't know if that's a fake Twitter account, and I hope it is. But apparently, Alfredo Morelos has just completed an undisclosed transfer to Besiktas for an undisclosed fee. So I don't know if some of the other boys who are on Twitter want to check it out and see what they can see. But I'm just hoping it's a fake account.
It's a fake.
Why are you hoping that?
Well, because why come out and say it's an undisclosed fee then? I know that tends to be the way it just now. It
happens. We just signed Murphy for an undisclosed fee.
Yeah.
It does happen. I'm not under. Forgive me. I'm not trying to go into you.
No, I understand, mate. Understand. Yeah.
I'm just saying an undisclosed fee to me just says that they're not going to tell you what it is, and that's all there is to it. So,
there's no confirmation.
But honestly, Mount, this was forecast. This was forecast by a couple of the boys and follow said the same thing. What will happen is that guy's so upset, allegedly upset, and so on and so forth, that we'll probably find that he's away in an undisclosed fee somewhere. I didn't know it was going to go to Besiktas mercy, but God knows if we get any money off him at all. So it might be true, it might not be, but I wouldn't take too much out of the undisclosed fee because it does happen.
On you go with it.
It's a fake account. It's a fake account.
There you go then.
Right, just quickly, right. So on Alfredo Morelos, we'll go quickly. If the right money comes in for me, good to go. Bridgeman.
You think nowadays? Yes, I think he's got to go. I would love to keep him if everything was okay, but I don't think everything's okay. I think there's something no right there. But good luck to him. If it happens, good luck to him. Thanks very much for your time. Been great.
Thanks for the 10 million. Dave King.
Aye, it's a hard one to call, isn't it? Given all the kind of press coverage and stuff like that, and particularly as well when we had the month extension, if you like, because of the Chinese transfer window closing, I think.
Crazy stuff.
The way I've seen it, I've commented before on the show as well about it, that even if the figures were right at that time, even if we'd qualified for Europe, got through the group stages and actually got into Europa League, we still wouldn't have made the revenue or generated the revenue off that sale that we would have got for him. Do you know, we would have made that, but we never made that in the revenue in terms of games played and gate receipts and stuff like that. So it was a strange one for me at the time to not accept the money if that was the case. I'm not sure if it was PR work from the club, but the PR from kind of Dave King at that point in time was to say that it was Murphy had a say on whether we should sell him or not. And considering the guy at the time was an interim manager and not an official manager, you'd be mental to actually allow him to make the decision. It's strange. I'd have sold him at the time, given the revenue that's quoted, but I'm not sure whether or not it was true.
Irish Loyal, 10 million. See you later, pal.
I don't think we're going to get anywhere near that mark now, mate, but it still has to be a decent transfer fee, and if we get one, then same as Bridge, good play to you, mate.
What's decent?
Well, got to be at least above the £4 million mark for me still.
I'd keep him in the reserve for £4 million. I think you're looking at 7.5 to 10 million for me.
I'd be happy. I'd be delighted. I'd bite the horn for it. Celtic have done it for years, so why not us? Big Ulster, Morelos. Just quickly, and then I'll let you back in, Brisbane. Just quickly at Ulster.
No, Davis makes a fair point there. If those numbers were correct at the time, I was sort of looking to get rid of him as well. But I can understand. I can understand why people at the time maybe made the decision to try and hang on to him, because I think we were still in a bit of a title fight at that time, and he obviously was our top goal scorer. So I can understand why we maybe were looking to keep him just until at least the end of the season. But his attitude changed for me. I think he was a different player after that. I don't think he scored one goal in his last 9, and obviously was in there to the team as well a wee bit towards the end. And Cummings was getting a few starts under the last interim manager there just after Murray. I think that his head's just not been right for me. But the young fella just has to realise, he can only go if we get the right price. Hopefully Rangers get a good price for him. We can invest in the squad again.
Definitely. Let's talk about the two bad boys. Our captain, apparently, Lee Wallace, and Kenny Miller. Any future for you, Dave King?
Do you mean, just clarify the question, Mike? Future?
Yeah, do they have a future at the club for you?
My understanding, it's not been made official as of yet, but has Kenny Miller not served his contract, and that's him gone?
I believe at the end of this month, mate, I believe.
Right, okay. And there was like a kind of statement from Windass as well, just saying it was unfair for him not to get a kind of send-off, if you like. But I think Kenny Miller's gone for me, regardless whether he is or isn't. I think he's gone. Lee Wallace is probably a different kettle of fish, and I think it's probably looking to Steven Gerrard whether or not he fancies him. Has he seen much of him? No, probably nobody's seen much of him this season, if I'm honest with you. And it depends where his headspace is at. I think nobody really fully understands the circumstances, what got him suspended either. So a lot of that will probably take into account whether they decide to keep him on or not.
Thanks, mate. Thanks. Ibrox Loyal.
On and gone, mate.
Good stuff. Ulster.
Well, Miller, he's gone. I think that's foregone conclusion. I think it's about time as well. I think he's got the age now. I just don't think he's going to get any better. Obviously, you know what I mean. I think a few times there's been disruption in the dressing room with Pedro as well. So it's just a lot of bad blood there, obviously. So I think Kenny, you'll not see him again. Lee Wallace, I don't know. I think there's still the club are obviously doing an investigation of whatever happened. I know there's rumours are flying about, but we still have to wait and see obviously what comes out of that. But I don't know. It's up to Steven Gerrard. If he proves himself in training and Steven Gerrard thinks he can be a valuable asset to the team, then I'm sure we'll all welcome him back, obviously, if he puts the performances in. But I think we're doing okay there at the minute with the young Welshman we have there. I think he's a decent player for us. So would Wallace want to play second fiddle? I don't know.
I've heard rumours of Hearts, but it's only rumours. Brisbane.
I think
Wallace.
Sorry?
I'm saying Kenny Miller and Wallace for you, mate.
Oh, Kenny Miller. Oh, well, Kenny Miller, I think, he's gone anyway.
Yeah.
Look, it's quite sad, actually, the manner in which it's all happened. And we're still none the wiser as a club. They've never told the fans just what it was. We're only going by people who've said they know about it. And you could call it rumour. A lot of it might just be fact, and that's all there is to it. But the truth is that if they've done what they're supposed to have done, then there's something not right. If there's been hands raised against the manager, definitely it's got to be looked at. But end of his contract, a big thank you to Kenny Miller, because I think he's been really good for us. He's came in and he's pulled us out of shit a number of times, and he's played quite well for us sometimes. Other times it's been just what we expect him to be. But I can't understand half the thing that's going on. I think this managing director we've got, he went down the official line, and that may take another month for all I know to come out and tell us just what it is. But both of them, I think, will not play for Rangers again. However, we'll do it. I better not say never. But, never say never again. But there you go. Can I just say something on the Morelos thing? I think Dave King's wine cellar said that he said the right thing. There's total uncertainty as to what has been bid, if anything, by the Chinese. I know the club said there was a bid, or somebody in the club said there was a bid, and we have to take their word for it. But, when you think if it's £10 million for the first boy, why did they not take it? It's a quick question most Rangers fans were asking at the time.
I think
we not take 10 million.
I think just to clarify, if it was 10 million, that is incredible that we have.
It is absolutely stunning.
Jesus,
absolutely. But yeah, I agree. I think if I would say, in my honest opinion, I think he would go. If money comes in, I don't know how much, but I think Loyal's got no a bad point there. Somewhere, I would reckon at 45 million he'd probably get for him. I would like to look at 7. I would like to say 7 or upwards. I don't think there's very many in our first team that should be going for less than 3-4 million. Some of them are really good players, just in the rank squad, shall we say.
Guys, what about Michael O'Halloran to the Celtic Supporters Club in Parkhead? Oh, that wasn't good, was it? Ibrox Loyal.
No, it wasn't, mate. Again, it's it's what we've seen not that long ago after the Old Firm match when he was in shaking hands with them and cuddling them and everything else. When I seen that, it basically just made me absolutely sick. And I'm sorry, but to me, when a player does that and goes to watch the other half of the City playing, mate, it's a sackable offence on the spot for me. I know you can't do that because there's work rules and everything else in place, but I'd be doing my best to try and get him out of the club as quickly and as quietly as possible.
Yep. Dave King, keep it PC, please, mate.
I'd move him into the under-21s.
I thought you were going to say something else. Aye.
Well, actually, probably.
You sure that's the right thing to do?
I wouldn't move him into under, to be honest with you, but I'd probably put him somewhere. I don't know if we need a canteen lady or something like that. That's where he'd spend the rest of my days.
I think maybe the lad that sweeps the stone, maybe.
Total disgrace, and I think it's a statement of intent from him. I think he clearly knew that he was going to be publicised in terms of what he'd done, and I think it's a move from him or his agent to get a move elsewhere, but absolutely shouldn't step foot in a dressing room, and if Gerrard was there, I'd punch him straight in the face. Honestly, disgusting.
We don't. Well, violence is never a good thing.
Violence.
Out
with work, then he should accidentally fall in your fist.
Ulster Bear, what are you thinking, mate? That's just gear the boat material, isn't it?
I'm not going to waste too much air on Michael Holland, to be honest. I think it's just done what he done, unacceptable. Find yourself a new club, mate.
Yeah, I mean, I think the insult to injury was his statement today on it via his agent. I think the boy certainly lacks a few brain cells, but I think the less said the better on Michael O'Halloran, or Michael Francis O'Halloran, should we say? But no, I think the boy's not got a future at Ibrox. I think somebody summed it up on social media for me today. At least he'll not be wearing a Rangers top again, thank God. So
can I just come in just one wee quick point? Can I just say well done to Bridgman, because he called it straight away. He didn't want to give the £500,000 to St Johnstone. Yep. He says it was basically giving them £500,000 to stay afloat, and I think he was absolutely right in that.
Yep, absolutely, mate.
Can I come in there, Mount Vernon? I think what the guy's done. The guy's done some strange things since he came to Rangers, and has been unapologetic about some of them as well. But I know, don't get me wrong, maybe he hasn't had the chances that he says he should have had. Personally speaking, I think he's had all the chances. I don't think he's a great player for us. I don't think he ever was going to be a great player for us. But I'll say this, I've never heard of a Rangers player sitting in the Celtic end at a cup final. I've never heard of it in my life, ever. I might be wrong.
I would agree, mate.
That's wrong. And even a professional footballer, if he thinks, it was a wee mistake here, I was actually in the Motherwell end, I got tickets for the Motherwell end, but I ended up with all these Celtic fans around the boots because Motherwell couldn't sell their tickets and all that crap. The very first thing you do is go up and walk out, go to another seat somewhere, or just go out. Don't get yourself caught up in all that. But it doesn't look like that happened at all. It looks like he bought his ticket and his uncle, father, brother, whatever it was with him.
That's the thing, he's not really sure. I don't think that's the thing. I don't think he's really sure what's what. But
all I'm saying is that that's too strange. And too many times things have happened. It's coincidence, is it not, that they had problems with Casina and he gets a bit suspended and this, that, and the next thing coming early, and it's still continued. Leaks have still come out of your dressing rooms continuously. And this guy's still there, and there you are. There's proof if you ever wanted to see it. He's sitting in the Celtic end. Shocking. Just shocking.
Right, that's enough airtime for that dude. Let's say. Right, so moving on to players out the way. There's a wee bit of speculation. Ibrox loyal on our Andy Halliday going to the Spin Burners.
I know, mate.
What's going on there?
You know, mate, I take it just as a bit of tongue-in-cheek. Honestly, I think that's at this moment in time. If it ever came to a serious bid, I'd be saying, sorry, if you're wanting £4 or £5 million for John McGinn, we want at least 5 for Andy Halliday.
He's better looking, let's be honest.
Aye, well, couldn't go much wrong here, mate. Aye.
I know.
Can I come in, guys?
On you go, Dave.
Just first year banter era, I would actually come back with a formal response to the club to say that we will not sell Andy Halliday to Hibs.
Why is that, mate?
Just for the Scott Allen saga. That would be my comeuppance. However, not that I'm a fan of Andy Hardy. You know, if we get money for him or if he was to move on, then great, good. I think he's a Rangers man at heart, but not a great player. But I think I'd just love to go back to Hibs if that was their request, to say that we will not sell any Rangers player to Hibs. If I'm honest with you,
I think there's also a safety ground perhaps for Andy Hardy, because the last time he came in front of a Hibs support, he was physically abused, spat at Hampden, but that's a different occasion. Ulster, just quickly on Andy Hardy, I can't see him being in Mr. Gerrard's plans for you.
No, I don't think so. I think he's a great Ranger, just doesn't have the ability for me. A bit like Dave there. I'd be saying, yeah, he's a couple of 100,000, he can go, but for Hibs it's $1 million. Because why would we want to, after the way they have treated us with the Scott Allen incident, and we all remember that one, they would refuse to sell him to us, but was willing to sell him to another club across the city. Yeah. So I wouldn't do, if possible, no dealings with Hibs, please. Thank you, Rangers. But I think Andy Halliday will probably need to find another club, and I wish him all the success wherever he goes.
We've been joined by Gary. Good evening, Gary. How you doing, mate?
How are we, guys?
How's it going, mate?
Good evening, Gary.
All right.
Yeah, Gary, just quickly, Gary, how you doing, mate? All right. How's things? How you keeping? You okay, mate?
Yes, I am a lot better, mate. Thanks for asking, mate. Things are definitely getting a lot better. So,
Picking up, buddy. Good lad. Good lad.
Good man, Gary. Good to hear.
You've always got a family on here, mate. So
absolutely. Great to hear.
Mount, can I come in on the Andy Halliday thing?
Just quickly, Bridge, and then we'll get to Gary. Right. Can you hold on 2 seconds, Gary?
Sorry for interrupting your thought process, Gary, but as far as I'm concerned, Rangers, my club, shouldn't be doing any business with any Scottish club. Done. No business whatsoever. Buying or selling.
Thanks, Bridge, man. Gary, how you doing, mate? What's your thoughts?
Right, so just to kind of touch on the O'Halloran thing quickly right now. You know, I'm always kind of controversial, so I'm going to...
you wouldn't think that on here. You wouldn't think that controversial.
Let me just say this, right?
Oh, God.
See if it was a first-team regular...
Yes, mate.
I'd probably be more bothered than what I am, right? Now, the only thing, and I get everybody's points, I know it's not the done thing, the only thing I'll say in his defence is... He was not wearing any colours, and there's no evidence of him celebrating or anything like that. If there was evidence of that kind of thing, then I would totally agree with everyone. It was a silly thing to do, but to me personally, I don't think there was any intended malice, if you know what I mean. I don't think he done it for the attention that it's getting. If you're not, that's just my opinion.
On you go.
Gary, it doesn't matter if he's a first-team player or where he is, whether he's on the bench or whether he's playing for the young team. He's a representative of Rangers Football Club.
Absolutely.
He is totally wrong to be in that position. He shouldn't have put himself in that position. He knew what he was going to get. Let's not beat about the bush. He knew what was going to happen and the press he was going to get after it. I would just say, let him get what he wants, and that's obviously a move away. Just get him.
I mean, he's not going to be missed anyway, put it that way. Do you know what I mean?
Look, I'm going to just quickly wrap this Michael O'Halloran thing up because I don't particularly like the guy, so I'm going to just wrap it up. He is absolutely wrong in any shape or form, Gary. I hate to disagree with you, mate, because I agree with a lot of your points. I really do, mate. Michael O'Halloran is a football player for Rangers Football Club. He is an ambassador for the club. He should be in no circumstances supporting our greatest rivals. Now, the only way I can describe this is, for instance, is Harry Kane sitting in the Arsenal end at the cup final. It just doesn't happen. The gentleman in question is engineering his ticket out of our club. Since the day the boy signed, you can tell on his face that he didn't want to be here. And I don't mean to sound the way it does, but do you know what? It just doesn't work out for the boy. And I wish the boy no success in his career. I don't wish the guy any harm, but he should never be anywhere near Auchenhowie, Ibrox Stadium, or anywhere near our training facilities. As far as I'm concerned, he can do one. Just quickly on your point in terms of he is very immature, clearly, but as far as I can see, he's working his ticket. Andy Halliday, Gary, what's your thoughts?
That's just a laugh to me. It really is. That I think that's Lennon just trying to, he's like, he always wants to be the centre of attention. He always likes people to talk about him. I think that's all it is. He's just doing it for the banter, because them for the other side of the city were singing his name and all that the other week. I think it purely is just banter. I really don't think there's anything. I don't think it's going to come to anything at all, if I'm honest.
Yeah. Today, boys, or this last couple of days, we've found that a couple of youngsters are sort of leaving. One, Sean Goss, going back to his parent club, QPR, the Wee Rangers, as I like to call them, and Jordan Thompson has looked like he's probably either going back to Livingston. Just quickly, Bridgeman, any thoughts on the youngsters? Just quick one.
I thought Jordan Thompson may have done something for us, but it turned out it wasn't to be. Initially, I thought that Goss was going to be an absolute standout for us the way he was going. First half a dozen games, he looked absolutely great. Unfortunately, I don't know what happened. Somebody's turned the lights out. I think that's what happened to him. So, unfortunate. I hope to goodness if we get someone like him back again, we only give him the 5 games, put him off for 2 or 3 and back in again. See what we can do. That's what I'm going to say.
Dave, just quickly, mate.
Yeah, no, similar to Bridge. Goss' first couple of games was good. I think it was the Old Firm game where after that he then just fell by the wayside. Wasn't selected, and when he came on he just kind of fell away at the park. Jordan Thompson, big expectations when he signed, the ex-Man United player, and we thought it was going to be great, but never really seen much from the first team, I think. A couple of appearances.
Big man, Big Ulster, that's I mean, again, Ulster, our support is absolutely unwavering.
Yeah, it was Jordan Thompson.
Anything, the more pain we get, the more loyal we get.
Had a wee chat with him, he was loving life, obviously being a Ranger, but unfortunately it just hasn't worked out for him. The club have obviously, I don't know if Stephen Gerrard or whoever it's been, has obviously thought that he going to be moving forward with us. Tough growing season. People wish him all the best. I was thinking about their season ticket. Goss, that was a different one. I think, as Bridget said, first few games in, it's a great coup bit of player. Stephen Gerrard, unfortunately, sort of dropped out towards the end, especially after the game against them at Ibrox. Because of the name, he was sort of missing. And then from then on, I don't think he could get it going again. But another player, obviously, if he goes back to his parent club, QPR, wish him all the success in his career. But I just don't think at this point in time he's good enough for what we're looking to move forward.
Guys, see when you're not talking, can you just go on mute? There's just a wee bit of interference, just when you're going on mute, if you don't mind. Ibrox Loyal, final word on young Jordan Thompson and Sean Goss, mate.
I just would like to just wish young Sean Goss all the best back at his parent club. Jordan Thompson at the time, it was a worthwhile experiment. Unfortunately, it didn't work out for him at our club, but I wish him all the best, and if it is Livingston, then he's back up in the Premiership again. So if he gets his chance, I hope the young man takes it, because I wish, I know he's a bear at heart as well, mate, because I know a few boys from Belfast who know him as well. So he's a big bear, and I wish him all the best in his career as well. So,
can I just say on behalf of myself and Rangers Radio, I wish the 2 young men all the best for the future. For Sean Goss, bit of interference there.
Now the boys in the lobby are saying they're hearing double.
I've got a wee technical there. I think old school's on it. No, just quickly on the 2 lads, I wish them all success. Sean Goss looked very, very talented. I still think there's a football player in there. On Jordan Thompson, I wish him all the best. He's a blue nose. He played for the team. He made his dream come true. So best of luck to the 2 young men in their career, and I hope to see them going to better and bigger things. Quickly, guys, I'm just going to quickly some news on Herrera. I know Ibrox Loyal, the man he is, it'll be all over this. I know Herrera is going to be going back probably to Mexico. I think we've seen him last in a Rangers jersey, Ibrox.
Mate, I believe one of the clubs is Guadalajara, so that is one of the teams we'll be going back to. Unfortunately, another one didn't work out. And if we can get anything for him, mate, I'd snap everybody's on after it. So
yeah,
it's just rumour. It's just rumour, eh?
It's good. It's good sources, mate. If you know what I mean.
Okay, cool.
Good sources.
Magic.
I think everybody agrees that it's probably the best thing for that to happen. Yeah. The man himself, Mr. Social Media, Josh Windass, Dave King. Would you be happy to see him go this transfer window? Just quickly.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think
34 million for him. 34 million.
Aye, easy. I'd probably take one or two if I'm honest with you.
Yeah,
I think it causes more problems than he actually does deliver in terms of performance. So for me, okay, see you later, bye.
Your Bridgeman, young Windass.
Well, I think Windass is worth a lot more than what we're saying there. I think he's got a £3 million
Yeah.
I would have thought, based on the requirement of what I think Windass is very popular, particularly down in England. People see him, the type of play he is. So if he ends up going to a top championship or even a sort of run-of-the-mill Premiership team, I think he's worth a lot more than what we think he is. However, if we get $3 million for him, we'll have made money. I think he's a really good player. He's came on. My problem with him is we know he goes missing during the games, and that's unforgivable at times. But my goodness gracious, he's scored a lot of goals for us. A lot of goals.
Yeah. Ulster, Windass, I know you're I don't know what type of fan you are, where you like him or you don't, but what's your thoughts, mate?
I think when he goes down south, he'll be a good player down there because he'll get time on the ball. Nobody will be crunching him. You know what I mean? And he'll do okay. I think he'll have a good career down there. Unfortunately, up in Scotland with the hard tackling, we've seen him a few times. He seems to go missing when the going gets tough. He doesn't like to stick his foot in. We've all said he doesn't have the heart. I just don't think he has the mentality to play in the Scottish game, you know. But I think the clause is $3 million, and if somebody triggers that clause, I'd be happy enough. Take a $3 million, that Windass go back down south.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'd be the same, guys. I think Windass is just one of the players. I think one of the boys mentioned it earlier. He seems to be his head's full of mints, to be honest with you, young man. His presence on social media absolutely irritates the life out of me. You know, he's no befitting of a Rangers player on social media. On the sort of the outs, I think it's pretty fair to say that I think we've sort of covered most of them. I think there's maybe a few young boys maybe go out on loan. I think we're all. What do you think, Bridge, yourself? What's your thoughts, mate?
I thought I'd read somewhere that there was somebody coming in with a £4.5 million bid for him. Whether there's any truth in it or not, I don't know.
No.
You heard none?
I've heard whispers, mate. Brooks, what have you heard, mate, on the Tavernier side? I know Crystal Palace have been talked about, but
there's the last thing I heard, mate, was again probably a bit of tongue in cheek, but Everton was one of the teams that I heard, mate. But unless it's again above the £4 million mark, mate, I wouldn't entertain any bid.
Yeah. Dave King, what about your thoughts on Tavernier? And needs to be serious money for me, mate.
No, absolutely agree, lads. I think anything plus $4 million for Tav has got to be. We understand frustrations with fans around players not performing to the required standards of a Ranger, but at the same time, I look back on Barry Mackay where we sold him for like $500-600K, and I think it was just the wrong price at the wrong time, and I think we probably shouldn't fall down that trap again. I think any player that we've got there just now, we should ask for the required amount.
Gary, just quickly, Windass and Tavernier, what's your thoughts, mate?
Windass, mate. See on my Twitter feed, he appears more than anybody else I'm following, if I'm honest.
I know, mate. I know.
As you say, his presence on social media to me is more important to him than playing for Rangers, and that's not the way it should be. Tavernier, I would keep him. Got to be honest, I would keep him. I'm a big fan of Tavernier. I think he's had a really good season. Yes, he's not so much a defender. He is more of a, he is much better at attacking. If we could maybe stretch out to the 4, maybe even $5 million, then I would say that. But
would you fancy that then, mate? Would you fancy that, mate? About $5 or $6 million for him?
No any less than that for me, because I think he has got a lot to give still. So.
Has anybody any final thoughts on players they want to get ready before we move on?
What about the Portuguese boys? Alves and
Cardoza and
Cardoza. What about him?
I quickly go down the panel. I think Alves could flourish under Gerrard. Myself, Cardoza. I don't know, mate. Ulster very quickly, mate.
Oh no, I think Cardozo probably doesn't have a future either. To be honest, I think over his homeland, there's clubs there at the lower level will probably take him.
Yeah,
I think he'd be away. Alves, the only thing worries me about Alves when the big games were there, the big games, he was always either injured or not eligible to play. It was just a bit of a but I just think he's coming to the stage of his career where injuries are hitting him, and I would just think if we can get rid of him and lose those wages, I think that wouldn't be a bad.
Yeah. Yes or no on Cardoza, Dave King?
Well, that's not very fair. Just ask me for a yes or no response. Cardozo, no, definitely not. I think other players that I want to try and throw in quickly before Mount shouts at me is do potentially get rid of him as well. Hodgson away as well. See you later. And Alves, I think probably to Ulster's point, I think under Gerrard he'll flourish. Probably give him another year if has he not already got a year left in his contract. But I'd keep him just to see how he does. That's my point. Thanks.
No worries, mate. No worries.
Can we have a last one? And can you ask the panel what they think of the Pena situation? Or an update on it and ask the panel.
Well, I'll tell you what, right, we'll go quickly around the panel on the Portuguese boys and then we'll quickly go in the Pena and then I want to start the good bit. I want to get to the good bit. So we'll go to Gary Vassi on the Portuguese boys quickly.
Yeah, Cardozo, see you later. Bruno, absolutely keep. Again, I'm a big fan of him and I agree with the other boys. I think he could flourish under Stevie, definitely.
Good lad. Have I missed them doing it in the Portuguese? MD? No, had I?
Aye, me, well, I'll just go quickly.
When you go.
I believe Cardozo, there's talking going to Estoril back in Portugal, and I think you may be all shocked at this, but I think after the World Cup, you might actually find out that Alves might retire. Just a personal thing, but keep an eye on it after the World Cup.
Well, we'll see. Pena. The guys are drunk. The guy needs help. Football player. There's a football player there, but I don't even know what to say. Bridgman, quickly.
I'll be astounded if we let him back in the country. If he's been sacked by his club that he's on loan to, then that's everything there is evidence and proof that he's a sackable person, and Rangers shouldn't let him back in the country. You should just sack him. Simple. Whatever it takes to get it done, don't let him back in. That's
cheers, mate. Opinion. Gary, quickly, mate. Just on Pena.
Pena, no, as you say there, man, the guys get problems and he needs help. It's maybe not his fault. We don't know what's going on. I'm not belittling alcoholism or anything like that. It's just the guys get problems. He's no, at this moment in time, he's not a footballer.
Yeah.
So, whatever we need to do, like say, I mean, if his own club had grounds to sack him, does that mean that we've got grounds to sack him? I don't know. I would certainly look into all avenues to get rid of him.
Thanks, mate. Ulster, just very quickly on the Pena, please, mate.
Well, the difference is they can sack him. The problem was we paid over £3 million for him. Yeah. That's the investment that we had put in. The only problem is with Pena and I, he had problems before he came. I think that was well documented. Those problems has obviously followed him when he went back to his homeland. It's a touchy subject, but it's up to the club. The two ways to go. They can either maybe look at that as a sackable offence, or they could maybe try and give some help to the fella and try and change his life around and bring him into some sort of career again. But totally up to the club, isn't it?
Dave, just quickly, mate.
I probably share the same views as the rest of the guys, but I think from an employer status, if he's openly declared that he's got an issue, then we can't do anything about that at all. However, if he hasn't, and these are the acts whilst he's been under our kind of employment, then we certainly can, and we can sack him for bringing the company into disrepute and also breaking the grounds of kind of his his current contract. But it depends on what's been shared and what's not.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks, mate. Thanks. Now, moving on to the transfers in my most favourite part of the summer. It's not the World Cup, it's not the Euros, it's not watching. It's a bit of a debate between that and seeing some lovely folk walk around about the 6th and the 12th of July, but we'll not get into that too much. Transfers in. Now, we've seen the first signing of the Mr. Gerrard's managerial career was Scott Arfield from Burnley on a free. Followed by Alan Tenbird McGregor, and we've now made Jamie Murphy permanent. We'll go with the boy who we've seen at Ibrox. We'll go with Jamie Murphy. Happy with that, Ulster?
Yeah, I know he went in and out a wee bit towards the end of the season there, didn't he? He started off really well, but I think he'll flourish under a better team, and I don't know where just yet, but I have a funny feeling Gerrard might have a different role for him, and and you might see him flourishing with the better players around him. So I think it's a good deal by the club. Yeah, definitely.
My young friend Gary, what do you think? Jamie Murphy.
Jamie Murphy, delighted that we've kept him on, mate. I agree with what Ulster said though. Towards the end, he did kind of fade away a bit, but again, under a new manager, might end up a totally different player, but I'm delighted he's staying on.
Good lad. Ibrox loyal.
As I say, when he came in, I'm absolutely delighted for him. Total blue nose, get lots and lots to offer. His first half of his Rangers career, and that's him when he came in on loan, I'd give a 5 out of 10, mate. But as the rest of the boys says, he'll flourish and in a better team.
Yeah, definitely. He's got great feet. A really, really difficult boy to full flow. He pulled in. Dave King, what do you think, Jamie Murphy?
No, happy he's signed on. I think probably back to the boys' earlier points there, he's kind of drifted in and out, but I think that's positional sense as well. I think under Gerrard, he will play more central as opposed to out in the wings. I think that's where he gets more success, and probably going back to the Hearts goal as well, that's probably where he's got the most trickery and skill, and I think it'd be good to see him in there.
So I think, in a sort of non-scientific way, I think the panel are pretty happy with Jamie Murphy. I think he's a top quality signing. I think he's.
Can I come in on that one?
Yeah, on you go, Bisman.
Just to say, I think we'll find that the history will tell us anyway. The first month or so that Murphy was here, young Declan John was playing.
Yeah,
it made him look really. Don't made him look good. They played well together.
Yeah,
and Murphy was shining bright. I think later on, when a few games against Celtic, I think Murphy faded a wee bit like a lot of other Rangers players, so he was not alone. I'm not dead sure if Andy Halliday caused any problems for him coming in.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's a couple of boys in the lobby have said a similar thing. Maybe there was a wee weakness there. I'm not sure, to be honest, whether Rangers would still have signed Murphy if they hadn't had that agreement in January with Brighton. I think they made the signature virtually 100% in January. You take him the new and pay for him in summertime, which we're doing. I think we've led up to that. I'm just saying to you now. I'm not 100% sure, but that's what it feels like to me. Because based on the performances against Celtic in particular, I don't know if Rangers would have signed him. That's my honest opinion.
I slightly disagree, Bisman. I thought Jamie Murphy over the piece. I thought he was a good 7 out of 10 for me. Yeah, he had some bad games, but so did the team, Bridgeman. I think with better players around him, I think he'll be a right good asset and a good bit of quality. Let's move on to Scott Arfield. This is the one I'm really excited about, boys. I think I think this is a type of player that we sign to win leagues, mate. I really, I think he's top quality. Burnley have finished in 7th in the Premiership. They were desperate to keep him. I'll go to Ibrox loyal. Are you as excited as me, mate, on Scott Arfield?
I'm on it, definitely. Played, as you say, in a Burnley team who finished 7th in the Premiership. He played a big part in that, maybe not in the last few games of the season. But as you say, they tried their best to keep him. But Mr. Dyche goes, he wants to go back up the road. He thinks he needs a new part of his career, and that's what Scott Arfield says in his interview. He's a very accomplished midfielder, and there's a difference between him and Joey Barton. I know they were at different ends of their career, but Scott Arfield's played up here in Scotland before, so he knows what it's like. He was at Falkirk, he knows what it's like, he knows about the hammer throws and everything else, and I believe he is one man that will honour himself in the Rangers midfield in the coming season.
Dave, Scott Arfield, what do you think?
I think he's going to be a decent signing for us. I think the guy, particularly if he's down in Burnley and does that well in terms of the stature where they finish in their standings, I think it's a good coup for us to take somebody away from a team of that kind of calibre, if you like, in the Premiership, to come up here, because it's a big risk for him. As we've seen with other players like say Joey Barton and stuff like that, and maybe even more so Graham Dorrans as well. I couldn't say he's fully finished article as of yet, but looking forward to it. I just want to see the other people that will come in and compliment him. I don't think it's a finished team yet, and I don't think the signings completed, so hopefully there's more signings to come.
Yep. Bridgeman, Scott Arfield.
Welcome. That's all I can say. I think sounds quite exciting. I think he played for Burnley at Rangers.
Yes, in the friendly. Scored a goal against us.
Yeah, I think the whole of that team were excellent. The Burnley, that is, I thought they played very well against us. So I don't know much about the guy. I know he was playing up for Falkirk, I think, and I don't know if we were sniffing about him or anything like that. I'm very pleased he's been down there and he's got this experience, and I hope he comes back up. And much like you said there, Mount, he looks as if he's going to be an exciting character for Rangers. So let's hope he's one of the guys that we're looking for that will help us develop the team. We really need it. So well done, boys.
Yeah. MD, missed out MD, Ulster?
Yeah, there's a lot of positives of Scott Arfield. He's only 29. He's played a lot of games for Burnley and Sean Dyson. He expects a certain level of ability, and he's featured in that team 18 times, I think, last season in the Premiership, which is a really good level. So he's at a good age. I think at 29, sort of as a midfielder, you come into your best years at that sort of age. So I think we're getting him at a good time. Plus, the other positives are he's already played the Scottish game. He knows the Scottish game, so he's not coming into it blind. He knows what the ability is. So, yeah, exactly. So it's a lot of good positives, and it's a very good sign. I'm glad we got that one over the line. Yeah, I think he'll be a big player for us.
To get any final thoughts on Scott Arfield before we move on? Sorry, Gary.
Oh, no problem, mate.
Mate.
I think the big thing for me, mate, is that he was playing regularly at Burnley. Do you know what I mean? It's not as if he was just sitting on the bench for ages, And as Ulster said there, he knows the Scottish game. He's going to know what it's going to take to play for Rangers. So, and I loved his press conference as well. When he first signed. So, really excited about him.
Brilliant, guys. Brilliant. Let's go. We touched on him earlier with the goalkeeping debate, but Alan McGregor, the Rangers #1 for me. The guy exudes everything what a Rangers all about. I have nothing against him previously. I think what happened previously was down to none of the players, in my opinion, apart from a couple. Ulster, Alan McGregor for you. Great signing, in my opinion.
Yeah. I'll say we were talking about this earlier. It's a very good signing. His age doesn't bother me. I think Dave alluded to that as well. Especially with him having such a good season only last season. So, I think it's a good signing for the club, and we know what we're getting with Alan McGregor. You're getting a very good goalkeeper. That's something that we need. If you want to win titles, you have to have a good goalkeeper to help you along.
Yeah, no, definitely. Gary, what's your thoughts on Big Greasy?
So glad you came to me there. I was bursting to come in there.
One son, let it out. It's
absolutely buzzing, mate. Honestly, this is out of all the signings. This is the best. Absolutely, I'm thrilled that he's back. And watching his interview on RTV, there's no way you could wipe that smile. I've never seen a smile like that from a guy who's signed for us. Do you know what I mean? He was buzzing to be home, and I think he's just going to carry on from where he left off. You know what I mean? So he will be the #1 without a doubt.
Dave, just quickly, I know you mentioned him earlier, but just quick thoughts on Big Giggsy.
Probably on to Gary's point there. If you look at his kind of confidence when he was there, he was buzzing. He was excited. He was like a wee Wayne in a sweetie shop or an ice cream shop. Honestly, he was totally buzzing. And I think back to his age point as well, I think we're going to get another 2 or 3 good years out of him. I think goalkeepers get better as they get older, so no concerns.
Yeah, definitely, mate. Our goalkeeping experts. Ibrox.
Well, absolutely, the same as our boys, absolutely delighted. When I knew that he'd signed, I felt like my goalkeeping gloves back at the cupboard as well, mate, and going for a game of football I was over the moon with it. I just say to him, if you're out on a Saturday night, please leave some of the lasses for the rest days. That's a bit tongue-in-cheek, guys. That's just a bit of tongue-in-cheek.
There's more than 10 birds in Glasgow City Centre. I can assure you, mate.
No, after me being out on Saturday night.
Hey!
Oh, hey.
Good lad. On you go, big man.
Just to say, McGregor is obviously a top quality goalkeeper, no doubt about it. And I think if he's of a mind, I think he'll be fighting for the Scottish place to be Scotland number 1. Obviously, Rangers don't have a good, shall we say, a good relationship with the SFA, but if he wants to, he will be. He could be the Scottish goalkeeper, no problem at all. That's how clever he is. Very good goalkeeper. Welcome back, Mr. McGregor. Welcome back.
You're here, Bridgeman. I'm going to sort of pass slightly over. I want to hear some rumours. So, rumours I've got is Skertel. This boy. What do you think, Ibrox Loyal and Skertel?
Delighted, mate. Hope it's true. Around about the £2.5 million mark. And as I says, mate, I believe that Mr. Stephen Gerrard, MBE, wants him as a captain. And that's the way it should be, mate. Somebody strong.
Keep your powder dry. That's my last question. I'll keep your last. Right, so, good man for you then.
Yep. Good
stuff. Ulster, Skertel, what do you think?
Well, it's someone that Gerrard's obviously worked with, mate, and he trusts him. And I think he was left out of the last Fenerbahce squad. I think that sort of fueled the fire for the rumours. But I think that's someone like, Bridge has been desperate, so was myself, for a long time to get a good commanding centre back in there, and I think Skertel will do that position well for us.
Yeah. Gary,
Skertel. I think Bruni is going to be breaking it. That's the funniest thing for me. Skertel is he's just a rock. Do you know what I mean? He will go in for any challenge, no matter what, and that's what we need. That's what we've lacked for a long time. He's got the experience at the highest level. I think he's probably still got a couple of years left in him, so I'm delighted with that signing.
Dave, what's your thoughts, mate?
Yeah, I'm hearing reports just now, probably about the last 10 minutes, that a deal's been agreed, or almost agreed, for $2.7 million for Skertel.
Right.
And Harry Wilson and a loan deal for a year. I think Skertel will be good, but my only reservations is that we said the same against Barton and Alves when they came to the SPL, that they'd probably come and do a good job. So, on paper, should do a good job. Whether he does or doesn't, it remains to be seen.
Ibrox Loyal, what's the hottest rumour you've got now, mate?
Dave King's Wednesday, I just thought there, mate, the young boy coming up, Harry Wilson, mate. Just a few quick stats for him for last season. Played 13 games, 7 goals, 4 assists, which was basically a goal every 142 minutes, and he played 996 minutes in the Championship last season. It was absolutely fantastic down there, and Liverpool speak highly of him. If we can get him on loan, it's a steal.
Sounds good. Anybody else get any rumours? Anybody want to fire in with any rumours?
I've not got any rumours, but I do like to say that if this guy Skertel is everything that everybody says, then we're in for a treat. That's the truth. But we need, if he's coming as what position does he like to play?
Skertel is a big centre half, mate. He's big.
No, but does he like to play at centre half, or does he want to move up into midfield type? You know what I mean?
No chance. He's Bridgeman. He's a Bridgeman centre half. You will love him.
but somebody's saying he's 33 allegedly, and he's 6'2". Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, I'm looking for somebody with another 4 inches taller than him, to be perfectly honest with you.
We'll put bigger studs on him, Bridge.
Absolutely. Put high heels on, I don't care. But no, he's everything that the guys are saying, then great. Absolutely brilliant. I'll be delighted for it. I hope he gets a really good partner. I hope he does, really do.
The one that's really sort of kicking about as well is Kyle Bartley. Obviously, of this parish, he's very, very much a centre half that I think I would like. Dave King, what's your thoughts on Bartley, Kyle Bartley?
Yeah, no, I think the last time he came up, he did really well for us, and I think he's grown in stature and also in terms of as a player. So, no, I would welcome his return if it's true.
Gary, what's your thoughts on Bartley?
Another one I'm delighted about, mate. Again, a big hard man, which is what we need. He done really well when he was here last time. Riled Bruni up. I love people that can wind him up. I'm sorry, but no, I'd be really happy if we can get that one over the line.
No, definitely. I'll start on Kyle Bartley.
Oh yeah, big Kyle Bartley. He's done a job before. He came up. He put a certain person in his place a few times in the big games. I'd like to see. I think he's obviously went down. He's been in England playing for Swansea, and I think we'll probably get him back a better player than the player that probably left us then. He's a wee bit younger. So that would be another good one. Him and Skirtle at the back. That's what we've been desperate for so long. Our centre backs have been pretty dire, to be fair, and that's where we've conceded obviously so many goals from certain positions, and where your defenders should be really commanding their defence, especially when the balls are coming in. And I think with them two at the back, it'll be much better. We proved last season that we have a team who scored the most goals in the league. But unfortunately, when the goals going against us, probably harmed us quite a lot. And if we want to have a strong team at Ibrox and a team winning the game at Ibrox most weeks, then you need a good defence. And I think them two would fit the bill for me.
Ibrox, some of the boys in the lobby are talking about, is it boys Solanke?
Aye, Dominic Solanke, aye. Another possibility coming up for Liverpool. Played a number of games for them last season as well, but had to play kind of second fiddle. He obviously, Salah, is it Sane and Firmino, so got his first goal for them at the last game of last season, and Mr. Steven Gerrard thinks it'll be a great move for him to come up here and progress his career.
So I think it's only a loan, no.
It would only be a loan, mate. No, there's no possibility of a fee or anything. No.
The other one that I really, really would love, is Lazio. Lazio's Lucas Leiva. Gary, that just gives you goosebumps. Come on.
Absolutely, mate. That is. I always see as soon as Mr. Gerrard joined us, I just knew that we'd be linked with a whole host of big names, and he is one of them. He's played at the highest level. Oh, I'd be absolutely delighted if we can get him. He has got something special.
Yeah, I think he wins your league, if you want my honest opinion. Ulster, Lucas Leiva, top quality. Oh
yeah, top quality, but I know it's probably the most ambitious out of all the ones over here, because he played, I think, so many games, 45 games or something in the region of for Lazio, and they bought him, I think, only at the start of the season for something in the region of 5 million. But they're saying that he'd be looking to get him, and the family are looking to get back to Britain again. They obviously enjoyed their time living here. They're maybe not just enjoying it as much where they are there in Italy. But if it's a goer, I'll be very happy. Definitely a very good player, but one to wait and see, I think. But that's definitely the most ambitious out of the ones so far we're here.
No, it's I think he seems a very good player. Dave, what's your thoughts, mate?
Top signing, if it can happen. I do. And dare I say it, I don't think that name mentioned is going to be the biggest signing that we make. I think there's still a big top draw one to come out.
Who do you fancy, mate? Who where do we need it? What do you think?
Probably up front. I think if we can get the central defence sorted, so if Bartley and Skirtle's been mentioned and that's the agreed, then I'm comfortable in those positions. I think goalkeeper takes care of itself.
Yep.
Wings, all right. I think it's probably up front is where we need it most.
I think I think there's definite guys. I want to just before we finish up, I want to try and get everybody's thoughts on who should be the club captain for next season. I believe obviously if things are afoot, the sources that I've got are saying that perhaps there'll be some movement of Lee Wallace perhaps going to another club in Edinburgh. That's what I've heard. It's just only rumours. Bridgeman, who would be your club captain?
Going by what I hear, I believe that the club captain's still to come in. The captain's still to come in, and I wouldn't be surprised if it was that boy Skirtle. I think he's apparently got all the accomplishments that make a great captain. That's what I'm led to believe. So I think that's probably the one that he's going to bring him in and depend on him. You know,
just some wee George Logan in the lobby as well. Cummings apparently is a deal done tomorrow, which I would be happy with, guys. Quickly, any thoughts on Cummings, guys? Bridgeman, quickly.
No, Cummings is. I think it was going to happen anyway.
Yep.
I think George had said this. He would take him a day before tomorrow type thing.
Yep.
And I don't say he's not done anything wrong. He's just not done the time it needs to be on the pitch. You know.
Dave King, just quickly on Cummings.
Cummings on the basis that they play two up front. If they're going to play one man up front, I don't think he's a man for me, if I'm honest. Yeah. He's a great bench player to have there and a great luxury there, but if we don't play two up front, I think it's probably a waste of money unless we can get him to play.
Yeah. Captain for you, who'd be your captain for next season?
For me, probably Skirtle as well. I don't like the look of Alves as captain. Tav's certainly not a captain either, and unless there's other players that are coming in that I'm not aware of as of yet, then it's probably Skirtle, unless he's not confirmed.
Sure thing. My mate Gary?
Cummings, I agree. If we're going to go with the two up front, then yes, definitely. If not, then probably not worth it. Club captain, I'm just hearing, by the way, that Skirtle and Wilson are going to be here before Steven Gerrard takes over. Just what I'm hearing. So if that's the case, then Skirtle for me would definitely be the captain. Absolutely. Sounds
good to me, mate. Ulster Bear, Cummings and your captain for next season.
Well, Dave has hit the nail on the head for me. I think if you're going to play one up front, Cummings will be wasted. You're probably better with a fitter, more stronger player playing that role to feed the other people who's going to be the wide men along with him.
Yeah.
If you're going to play the two, I would have Cummings. But I think he's a good man to have as a squad player because I think, I've said this point before, he wants to be back in Scotland.
Yeah.
And he will find himself a club. And I'm telling you, if we sell him to one of the other clubs, or if he goes, we can't sell him off. But if he makes a deal with another club in Scotland, Hearts, Hibs, or whoever else, I think he could come back to haunt because he is dangerous. I think I'd rather have him on our bench than on somebody else's team, to be honest.
Ibrox Loyal, Cummings and your captain for next season.
100% Skirtle captain if we get him in. And as I says, like the rest of the boys, Cummings, squad player at best for me, mate.
Brilliant. Just quickly, guys, for me, Cummings, absolutely 100%. I agree with Dave King. Absolutely spot on. Got to play two up front with that young man. When we do that, we'll see the absolute best of that young man. His starting figures, I think it was about 8 or 9 games. He scored around about 6 or 7 goals. I think that's a phenomenal return. A great natural finisher, best finisher at the club. Captain for me, if fit, would be Jordan Rossiter, best midfielder we've got in the pack, a la Barry Ferguson. There's a bombshell for you. Guys, we've reached the end of this wee summer get-together. Keep your eyes peeled to all our social medias, Twitters, YouTube and MixLR platforms and Facebook. We will be popping up from time to time with any major news, any major developments with our main man Oxshare, and he'll be back. Guys, can I just quickly get a quick shout out for you? I'm going to go to our main man, Gary. Can I have a quick shout, please, mate?
I just to all you guys, I'm glad you did a wee show tonight. And to Mr. Gerrard, keep the signings coming.
Thanks, buddy. It's always good to have you on, mate, and you know you've got family on here, pal. All right. Go to Dave King.
Probably a big shout out to yourself, mate, just for hosting it and giving the old guys a break this evening. On my way back to Rangers Radio Rehab.
That's it, mate. That's it. I'll be joining you in a couple of minutes' time, mate. My mate, Ibrox Loyal.
Can I again thank yourself, Mount, for hosting the show, and for the rest of the guys helping me out in the panel tonight. You've done absolutely fantastic, and it's good to get a wee catch up in this summer recess.
Good stuff, mate. Good stuff. It's good to hear from you, and it's good to hear you're well, mate. My friend across the water, Ulster.
Hey, always good to get a show again. I think some of us were sitting a wee bit bored, weren't we? With nothing to do, we're usually on this. But yeah, it was a really good show. Hope everybody enjoyed it. I know it was a wee bit different tonight. I think Mike Byrne done a very good job, and hope we done the boys proud. Foxy and Oxy here still in hibernation, but hopefully we'll get to hear them boys soon.
Yeah. Our Bridgeman.
What can I say? Marvellous show tonight. Well done, Mount Vernon and Old School. Well done indeed, and to all the rest of the boys in the panel, including myself there. But to all the Rangers fans all over the world, particularly the guys on here on Rangers Radio, every single one of us, keep it going for the Rangers, because we're all going to need it. Keep it going, please.
Can I thank our stand-in glamorous host, Terry, and his glamorous assistant for the technicals. It wouldn't be possible tonight for the show if it wasn't for Terry. Can I also thank all the callers, in particular Dave King, no the Dave King, our Dave King. Can I thank Ibrox Loyal? Can I thank Gary? Can I thank Bridgeman? And can I thank my mate, my big mate, Ulster? Can I also thank Fox and Ox for all the hard work that they put in. I hope they're enjoying their holidays. I hope the suntan is coming along well. I hope the sun lotion's coming along well, and the beer's tasting nice. Guys, just remember, this is Rangers Radio. We are the people. God bless us. Thanks, Old School.
There's a pub in Green Street where all good proddies you will meet. So come down here and together we'll have a jar. A welcome there you will receive, so good that you won't want to leave. A fine wee pub is Saltcoats Mermaid Bar. You'll hear the sash, and Derry's walls, just like in your own wee orange halls. The banter here you will enjoy, as long as you're a proddy boy. A good time in the Mermaid is had by one and all. We all support the Queen and Crown. The prices here are the best in town. The bar staff, they are one terrific crew. Everyone laughing, full of cheer. It's one tremendous atmosphere, singing to support the red, white and blue. You'll hear the sash, and Derry's walls, just like in your own wee orange halls. The banter here you will enjoy, as long as you're a proddy boy. A good time in the Mermaid is had by one and all. It's nice to come to the Mermaid Bar when Rangers are playing at Ibrox Park. You'll forget your worries and all your cares, singing songs against the Thames before you watch the Rangers win. For everyone here supports the Teddy Bears. You'll hear the sash, and Derry's walls, just like in your own wee orange halls. The banter here you will enjoy, as long as you're a proddy boy. A good time in the Mermaid is had by one and all. If you are up from Belfast town, Tyrone, Fermanagh or County Down, Armagh, Antrim or London, Derry shores, The Mermaid is the place for you, so come and have a drink or two. Next time in Saltcoats you'll want to come back for more. You'll hear the sash and Derry's walls, just like in your own wee orange halls. The banter here you will enjoy, as long as you're a proddy boy. A good time in the Mermaid is had by one and all. You'll hear the sash and Derry's walls, just like in your own wee orange halls. The banter here you will enjoy, as long as you're a proddy boy. A good time in the Mermaid is had by one and all. A good time in the Mermaid is had by one and all. A good time in the Mermaid is had by one and all.